Hey up, everybody. This is another video about the Intersystems cache Mumps old school programming language. In the last video I did a section where I tried to calculate an arch. Obviously the program needs work doing, but you never know, it might just help you do something else. So this video is going to try and calculate gear inches on push bikes. So open up your studio, open up your routine, and then start a new. In fact, what we'll do is we'll copy that, start a new subroutine. We'll call this gear inches or something like that. No, we'll call it gear ratio. Okay. So as usual, we start with that. Oh, we're going to save this into a global as well. So what we need to do is we need to kill a temporary global. So I'm going to call it mtemp gear. So what we've just done there is we're going to kill that temporary file. That means get rid of it just in case there's any data from previous. So we're going to set some defaults now. So I don't know, C, D, E, F. X equals 1, so we're just defaulting some variables. Right, what we'll do now is we'll diameter in inches. Call that wheel diameter. Chain ring low equals 20. That'll be the lowest number of teeth on the chain ring. Set chain ring high equals, we'll have it at 60. Gear inches. So let's just say we're going to go from 15 up to 150. Cassette. Let's just say the highest is going to be 34, and then we'll go down one to how many do you get on the bottom lowest cassette? 10 or something? I don't know. So set chain ring equals gear inches times cassette divided by wheel diameter. Set chain ring equals dollar number chain ring comma 0. Oops, forgot my dotty do. Look, don't forget that. Set x equals x plus 1. So that's x, right? Okay. So if chain ring is less than chain ring low, quit. If chain ring is greater than chain ring high, quit. Otherwise we want to set the data into the global, so we want the chain ring, the cassette, those will be the hogs equals gear inches. So what that'll do is, and we'll just put on there finished. C mtemp gear. Right. I'll tell you what, we will Z-write it, I think. Mtemp gear. In fact, if we're going to Z-write it, we don't need that then, do we? Right, so let's now... So now, if I just compile that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to try and calculate the gear inches of push bikes. So for instance, if we've got a 34 on the front and something like an 18 on the back, then it should tell us what the gear inches for them two combinations are. So if we remember that, 34 and 18, what I'll do now is I'll run this. So it's called Gearratio. So I'll do gear ratio JSON1. Right, wheel diameter in inches. Is it 27? Right. So these are all the chainring and cassette combinations. And then it gives you the gear inches. So if we now Z-write mtemp gear, let's just say a 34 chainring. Right, so it's giving us, so that's your chainring size, and the second number is your cassette size. So for instance, if you look on your bike, let's just assume you've got a 34 chainring and you've got some of these cassette numbers, these will be your gear inch. So in order to find some bigger gear inches, let's see if we've got so for a chainring, do we have a 60? Right, so if you've got a 60 on the front and you've got an 11 on the back, then that's 148 gear inches, and so forth. If you've got a 60 on the front and a 12 on the back, that's 136, and so on. If you've got a 60 on the front and a 34 on the back, then that'll be 48 gear inches. Now what you could do as well is use a G change, mtemp gear. So we want to find, now what this does, percent G changes, it searches for everything after the equals. So let's find all the combinations where the gear inch is 90. Okay, so this should list. Right, so there's all these combinations of chain rings and cassettes. So if you've got a chainring 33 and a cassette 10, it's 90. A chainring 43 and a cassette 13, it's 90. A chainring 50, chainring 53, chainring 60, etc. Right, I hope that's been useful for you. Obviously, if you want to change experiment, then you need to experiment with these numbers here. Chainring low 20, chainring high. I don't know if you can have a 62 tooth on the front, or I don't know if you can have, I don't know, go down to a 18 tooth on the front. Mountain bikes might go down to less than that, I don't know. So just experiment. Cassettes, can you have a bigger sprocket than a 34 on the back? And can you have a smaller one than a 10? I don't know. Have a play about with it. Right, thank you very much.